Zeus plans to erase all the loopers from zero reality. However, some gods don't like it. And meanwhile, in the underground, our old friend's escape is planned. Which one golden touch can turn Zeus's plans around? Upside down. Who will save Midas? What happened to his abilities? And what does Zeus have to do with it? How the season will end, and what will happen to the map? And most importantly, what will happen at the final event? With the start of the season, strange ones have appeared in new locations. Altars with a bowl in the middle. However, on the first attempt to talk to her, a mysterious voice will ask us to come back later. Now, when did the first stage of story challenges of this season begin? We have the opportunity to encounter the Oracle face to face. But her prediction is not particularly optimistic. Zeus is going to arrange a real the apocalypse, and the only one who can stop it. Of course, it's us. But who else? But let's return to zero reality. Very soon, the island is real. Could turn into a post-apocalyptic world. As some data miners claim, Zeus really plans once and for all. Get rid of loopers. And for this ancient artifact, our glass. We just need to talk about the mechanism of its operation. Known. But if we draw an analogy with other games, then I guess that this thing can turn back time. Simply put, if it really is a huge hourglass, then when the sand in one half of them runs out, something really scary is going to happen. But seriously, then zero reality can just stop existing. Or every looper will literally disappear into thin air. Hello Thanos with his infinity snap. Although still as an option, an hourglass can be a kind of timer. And when it comes to an end, then a real apocalypse will begin on the island. This option is supported by what appears on the internet. More and more hints about the theme of the next season. So lately, Epic Games published several surveys with skins, which will appear in the game sooner or later, and you can notice a very interesting trend in them. If before there were many characters associated with ancient Greece, and now they have decent skins associated with wasteland or apocalypse, mutated vegetables, bus workers, and other comrades who made their own armor from that. What was at hand? Quite possible. That way, Epic Games is preparing the ground for another themed season. And considering, what does the Oracle say in his prediction about the suffocation, dust, and some dark sky? Such an outcome is quite possible. According to data miners, then the reason for this may not be so much sand. Ours, how long is the river flooding and showers towards the end of the season? All the water on the island by the underworld. Although about how true it is, we will be able to judge after the next update. If the Steve River really will gradually change all the water around, then you definitely won't be able to catch fish on the island. In this case, almost anymore. The whole island will be swallowed up by the dark kingdom. Correspondingly, the whole map will look solid. Lifeless biome. All in all, so far the situation is not at all in our favor. But what if I told you that not all gods share Zeus's plan? Completely completing the first chain of story quests, the Oracle will give us a hint how to defeat the heroes of Olympus. In short, we need to prove to the gods that we will deserve to be the rulers of this island. And for this, you will need to pass prepared tests, which will confirm our strength. Somewhere they'll make us run, and somewhere you'll have to hit the cabbage soup yourself. Just think it's a routine. Well, this way, we can lure some of the gods to our side. It is unlikely that all the Kentics of Zeus will agree to such, but at least Aphrodite is already on our side. Meanwhile, on the island is ripening one more rebellion against the gods, Midas Revolt. True, at the moment, he is an honored guest of the kingdom of Hades, still in the comfort of solitary confinement. And apparently, there's a real rat in the ranks of the god of the dead. How else to explain it? That some kind of help will help Midas leave the underworld. Mysterious guard. More likely, the identity of this character will be revealed to us after that. How Midas himself will get free. The country must know its heroes. It's possible. If not this comrade, we would have waited another 4 years. For the return of legend after number 2, naturally possible. Of course, the release of Midas will be the work of Slaughter, but I personally doubt it. If you have your own options, Then write detailed theories in the comments. Well, Midas's plan is quite simple. Show to all island residents that Daddy is back and he's ready to take revenge. And for this, it will not be difficult for him to flood everything is golden lava. As I said in about the news, quite possible that this is just a distraction for execution. This plan. And knowing the love in Milis for such hidden movements, to surprise absolutely everyone in the end. It may well be that the lava flood will be a screen for something more. Interesting things also in the game files, on the plot messages of Midas himself that will appear during this season. There is still a plug. Quite possible that genius is criminal. The world will figure out Zeus's plan to destroy the loopers immediately after his release. And then the newly assembled legendary team of agents. You'll have to come up with something. How to show this arrogant girl from Olympus who is the real power here. However, after release, things won't go well for Midas. According to Jules, her father is finally lost control of my golden touch. A long time ago. Then now Midas cannot turn objects into gold at will. Everything he touches immediately turns golden. Loss of control over his abilities can be seen in the details of the new Amida's skin. If you compare it with the version from Season 12, it's very noticeable. That gold is on the right hand went much higher. If previously only the brush was golden, now it has almost reached the elbow. And immediately after release, Jules will start working on the gloves. Who can help Midas control your abilities? I personally don't really understand. It was precisely the reason for the failure of the golden touch. I hope this will be explained to us later. Alternatively, you can try to justify it with death, but you must agree, considering that Midas will escape from the underworld, it sounds a bit forced. The plot develops literally by leaps and bounds. If the epics don't lose this fuse by the end of the season, then we get one of the best storylines in recent memory. Time is true Charlie Ben, but the most important thing is not to reward Donald the Master once made. If we undertake to develop the plot, then you need to close all character branches which are currently available, so that it doesn't turn out that like Midas is mediocrely salted this season. And in his place, some no-name organization will come again. For one time, and it seems to me, we may have a final event at the end of this season, which will take us into the next season. So far, this is just not supported by suggestion, but I'll keep my finger on the pulse. And if anything happens, I'll let you know. Turn on notifications so you don't miss out. All in all, you and I can finally stock up on popcorn and follow the long-awaited plot fuss. What's going on the island?